Hi, this is Laura from Laura's Lovely Gifts in Lake Elsinore, California. We're headed to a baseball game tonight, so we're going to make a t-shirt together. I'm going to show you how I created this design using Canva and my Cricut. We're going to start in a blank Canva project, and we're going to select the text option, add a heading, and we're going to type in the word that we need. So we're going to select, I'm going to do this in lowercase, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we're typing the word storm. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And then we're going to select our font. So I'm going with Varsity Regular, which I got from defont.com and uploaded into Canva. You'll see that when you select Varsity, it does make it capital letters. So why would I just not type in capital letters? The reason is because we're going to use the outlines of the letters. If I type capital letters to begin with, this is what happens. So here's our word in capital letters. And when I select Varsity, you'll see there's outlines in addition to the inside. And for this particular design, that's not the look that I want. So I opted to go with lowercase letters and create my design that way. So we have our original word here. Before we do anything else, I'm going to get rid of the letter O because I'm going to a baseball game. We're going to replace the letter O with a baseball. We're going to space that out a bit. And we're going to come over here to Elements and select, we're going to search for the term baseball outline. We're going to find one that we like. Size it down a bit to match our design. You can do that by lining the baseball up with the top of one of your letters and then sizing it accordingly. So you'll see here I sized the baseball to match the letters. However, there's still too much space in between. So we're going to click inside of our word again, go to our R and hit backspace. Now there's not enough space. So what we do here is go back to our word and come up here to spacing and increase our letter spacing just a bit. Then we'll have enough space between letters and so that the baseball has room without touching the letters. So now we're going to select everything. And we're going to duplicate it. Move that up above. And now just select your word again. Go to Effects. And select Hollow. And so there you have the word with just the outline of the letters and the word with the actual letters. I'm going to make those baseballs black too. So to do that, we want to select our words. And we're going to right click and hit send to back. So we can access the baseball here. And we're just going to change those to black. So let's make that a bit bigger so that the quality is higher when it converts over to Cricut. And we're going to take our bottom one, we're going to space it out a bit. And you'll see why when we move over to Cricut. So then you're going to download as a PNG with a transparent background if you're a Canva Pro member. The link below if you want to try it free for 30 days. And we're going to download. I'll see you over in Cricut. Okay, we're over here in Cricut, and this is another project I was working on. I'm just going to leave that up there for a second or two. And moving on. So we're going to start a new project, save the changes to this one, starting a new project. We are going to upload. Here's a picture that we uploaded. You'll see because I saved it as a PNG with a transparent background that it already has the transparent background there and ready for us to go. I select complex anyway. I feel like it gives more attention to the detail. And I'm going to zoom out just to preview, make sure everything looks okay. Everything does. And we're going to continue. Select it as a cut image and then add it to our project. So we're going to zoom out just a bit because it is actually quite a large project. And the first thing we're going to do is separate our top and bottom lines. So you're going to create a square shape, unlock the proportions, drag that out, select the whole thing, hit slice. Then you're going to drag your box over and your gray letters and delete them. Now they're two separate entities, which is what we want. So if you wanted to just do this one basic color, you could just duplicate your outline. Oh, I deleted it. You duplicate your outline portion as many times as you want. I usually go for 5. 5 including the filled in portion. So 4 outlines and center that. 4 outlines and 1 filled in. You can stop there if you want and create your design. But I want to do this one just a bit different. So we're going to move these top ones up just a bit. Same thing with the down one or the bottom ones. And we're just going to hit the down arrow twice just to space them out from the center one just a bit. We're going to select our middle one and we're going to use Cricut's new offset feature. We're going to bring that down. It's 0.25 inches. That creates just an outline around everything. And we're going to hit apply. So to our offset, we're going to contour. We're going to get rid of these center cuts here. We're going to go back. And you'll see that it creates a solid shape behind the baseball. We're actually going to change that to black. And the inside, just for right now, let's change it to orange, just so you can see. So you see the way that the baseball is contoured would show the black portion in the background. That's not what we want. So we're going to do a little fixing on that. We're going to select the portion we changed to orange. We're going to hit contour. And we're going to get rid of the big circle. That's going to give us just these inside portions here, and you'll see in a minute what I mean. So now the color that we've selected is what makes up the ball, and the black circle in the back makes up the stitching and the outline. We're not going to do this in a color. What I'm going to show you is the pattern that we're actually going to use. So I'm going to use pattern vinyl, which you can't see on the screen. So I did upload the pattern to Cricut. So we're going to, for right now, pretend that it's a print and cut. Instead of color, it would be a pattern. If you wanted to do print and cut, you could do it this way. I have the actual pattern vinyl here, but just to give you an idea what it's going to look like. So that's the end result that we're going to have. So I'm going to change it back for the purpose of the project, since I don't have print and cut, or I don't use print and cut. Change it back to basic. And so that it does cut out separately, we're going to change it back to orange. Now we're going to take all of our outlines and our offset result, and we're going to even them out vertically. We'll take our orange and line that up, but you're going to be piecing it together anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's together on the screen. We're going to select our black cuts again, and we're going to attach. Your orange part, or your pattern part, as the case may be, did not disappear. I'll bring that front again. So I already measured my shirt, and I decided that my design, I wanted it to be 8 inches height-wise, 7 1/4 inches across. So we're going to select the whole design and make it 8 inches height-wise. And then move, we're going to unlock our proportions and move our width to 7.25. This widens out the letters just a bit more. You can play around with whatever sizing you want. If you want to make it a pocket design, if you want to put it on the back and make it a larger design. In that case, if you don't have a 12 by 24 mat, you could just select a few of your outlines, a few of your black cuts to cut separate from the other half so that you can fit them on your mats. But I'm doing it just on the front of my shirt, so this is going to work fine for me. So let's go ahead and make this. Our next step is that we're going to select Make It. You'll see that the program has sorted our design into the two colors that we had selected. For the black, I'm using just regular heat transfer vinyl. So what we want to do with this one is mirror this. So when you're using heat transfer vinyl, you actually cut backwards because you're going to pull everything out from the back and then the transfer sheet is already on top. So you're going to lay that on your shirt and then apply your heat, which I'll show you in a bit. And for this one, we're leaving it as is. So we're going to come over here and hit continue. Okay, so we hit continue and we're going to select everyday iron on. Cricut is going to tell us what settings we need. I've never owned a machine other than my Maker, and my understanding is the other machines you have to set a dial. So if you are using another machine while creating this design, refer to whatever it is that you need to do for that machine in order to get ready to use heat transfer. So it tells us we don't need anything in Clamp A. That's usually where the markers go. I believe there's a styling or a scoring tool that can go in there, but we have the correct blade in Clamp B, our fine point blade, and then we are ready to go. Okay, so once sheet 1 on your regular heat transfer vinyl is done, you're going to want to load your sheet of your printed vinyl. I've only ever used one brand of pattern vinyl from brilliantvinyl.com, so I only follow the instructions that they sent me with my orders. So for this specific brand, I'm not even sure the brand name, I just know it comes from them, it may be theirs. You would load it pattern side up because there is no carrier sheet. You're going to use a separate carrier sheet that you have to order from them too, which is heat accepting. It won't melt when you put it under your heat press. So you're going to load that face up. However, you do need to change for mat 2. We're going to change the material here to patterned iron-on. The machine knows to just cut it a little bit differently.